Hello, I am Sanjay Kumar. I am here to put my views for India will realize its demographic dividend in next 15 years. I will speak against the motion. First of all, let us see what is the meaning of demographic dividend. Demographic dividend is the rise in the rate of economic growth due to rising share of working age population. Around 1100 million India's population, there is around 700 million people are in the age group of 15 to 64 years and rest around 400 million people are dependent on them. This working age population usually treated as demographic dividend of India. A nation's dependency ratio is known as the number of people dependent to the working age population. This turns out to be around 0.6 in case of India, which is decreasing continuously. The fertility rate is also falling, which is currently 2.9 and expected to fall more in the next coming years. Due to fall in fertility rate and the number of children growing, India's dependency rate will be lower, and in the next 10 to 15 years, that is in 2020, around average age of Indians will be around 29 years. At that time, around 761 million will be the India's working population. But this demographic asset will be dividend or disaster for India is one of the biggest question. According to me, India will not be able to realize its demographic dividend in next 15 years. I want to give some reasons for the same. One of the biggest reasons for not realizing its demographic dividend is education system of India. Education resources of India are very poor. Around 12.6 million are the child laborers in India. Around 90% of students is the dropout rate of 1 to 12th class. Merely 7% of young population get enrolled in higher education. These young will be the part of demographic assets of India. This will never help India to realize its demographic dividend. Rampant child malnutrition poses another threat. Some 46% of child in India are malnourished. India also has high number of HIV positive workforce. Availability of health resources in rural areas is very poor, even though India's 70% of population lives in rural areas. How this population will help to grow India? Will government be able to provide resources to them for their realization in next 15 years? I don't think so. According to our health minister Abumani Ramados, the population growth could be transformed into a demographic dividend if every child was born healthy and was educated. Vocational education, skill-based training and technical trainings are required for employment generation and creation of skilled workforce. In India, nearly 7 to 10% have these types of training. Even in industries, trainings are not available. Nearly 1 of 10 normal graduates and 1 of 4 technical graduates are really competent to work in MNCs and other industries. In next coming years, India will have good working population, but still India will need around 5 lakh graduates for their IT sector due to non-availability of good talents. Good skilled workforce and trained people have a growth to country. Unskilled workforce and non-employed population always hampers the growth of a country. How government will manage to provide this big population to good training? Government is lacking in infrastructure which is required to provide these types of training. What are the plans to cope with these problems? If you see government's plan for like 5-year plans and other yearly planning and their implementation, I can say that government will take more time to realize its demographic dividend. Thank you.